This is where I spent a decent amount of my life. It was like one of the toughest neighborhoods in Cleveland. It's been tough this semester. I'm not doing particularly well in any of my classes. And I started to question, maybe I'm not cut out to be here. And I just had to slap myself back to reality, like, wait, dog, like you doing everything in your power to do well. And like, if I dropped out of Harvard, I'm back where I started. I haven't actually, bettered myself at all. I want to better myself.
I look at you as a young man, and I say, he could have been a drug addict, he could have ran the streets, he could have been a hoodlum, but you wanted to make something out of life, and that's what I'm so proud of. But they're gonna look at you and say, he from Ohio, he from Cleveland, he was in college trying to make something out of himself. But you got a lot of people out there trying to discourage you, but you can't let that happen.
It's a shame that kids don't realize that, so that they can position themselves to take advantage of all these opportunities, because it's just so much. All right, I'll see y'all later. Love you too. As a kid, you had all these wild fantasies and dreams about what you wanted to do when you got older. But what people would consider a normal life from where I come from is to leave school and go get a job in a factory. They get caught in the cycle of poverty and caught in that ghetto almost. That's like the life to you. You don't know anything better. College is the place where you figure out that there's something better. It's finally over. I survived the challenge that is CS50. Yeah, it's just, I wanted to do more. I had this big goal.
The more campuses one visits, the more one discovers that the diversity of America's college students is mind-boggling. And everywhere I go, I meet students who give me hope for the future of our country. It has been and will continue to be a challenge to keep the doors of college open to provide the best possible education to as many people as possible. Not everybody's going to want it. Not everybody will be able to take good advantage of more education. But let's not assume that college has outlived its usefulness. Let's not assume that it's inevitable that public support for institutions of higher learning has to just continue to decline. There are other choices that can be made. What kind of a society do we want to be? We should tap into the idealism of young people and provoke students to think for themselves, to think critically about the way society is put together. America has been all about critical thinking. That's how we became America.
I support the occupation! I support the occupation! I support the mission statement! I support the mission statement! And I support the notion of free and accessible education for all!
This was one of the longest student occupations in American history. Everyone I know has given so much of their time and their energy trying to save our school. It is very tiring and it feels very much uphill. There's so much other work that needs to be done. It's really tragic that the only resolution they could think of is to charge tuition. But I think the tuition announcement was not the end of an era. It was actually the beginning of a campaign. It might take a long time to see the world that we want to live in. But anytime someone says you can't do that, is like a little trigger goes off in my head, and I'm like, but you can.